Hello, you're watching My Media Prime Television live from Douala, Cameroon. This is the morning edition of Prime Flash with me, Fon Quinter. Now, an element of the National Gendarmerie at the Babaju Brigade Post is currently under custody at the Mbunda Gendarmerie Company after he allegedly raped a 13-year-old girl. Reports say the girl's mother, who roasted fish opposite the Gendarmerie Post, sent her to recover money from the officer before the incident happened. He reportedly used his gun to frighten the teenage girl before violating her. Now, kidney patients undergoing dialysis at the EWANE General Hospital took to the streets June 1, 2021, protesting against the lack of machines and kits to offer them quality treatment. The patients blocked the road in front of the EWANE General Hospital in Goso, expressing their frustration at the fact that officials only attend to them after public demonstration. According to the patients, machines at the EWANE General Hospital are damaged, thus undergoing weekly dialysis to survive is no longer possible. Barrister Nicodemus Amungwa, one of lawyers, communication and media head of the jailed Ambazonia leaders, is currently detained at the State Secretariat of Defense set in Yaoundé. According to reports, the lawyer is suspected of complicity with secessionist fighters for a separate state of Ambazonia and the two English-speaking regions of Cameroon. He was arrested on Monday, May 31, and expected to appear before the military court. Now, Reverend Father Eboka of the Mamfe Diocese has regained freedom after spending more than a week in captivity. Father Eboka and a motorcycle rider were picked up in Mamfe Southwest region on May 20 and released Tuesday, June 1 after spending 11 days with their kidnappers. Now, 7 persons are said to have been buried in a landslide that occurred at the Kambele mining site in Bathuri, a locality in the east region of Cameroon, following heavy rains on Sunday, May 30. According to reports, 7 people were buried at the site after heavy rains, and others expected to be rescued to the surface as firefighting units continue the search. Sources say despite a disturbing rate at which many die at the Kambele mining site, especially during the rainy season, the number of those involved in the activity keep rising. Out of the country, a humanitarian organization says at least 23 migrants have drowned off the coast of Tunisia as they attempted to cross the Mediterranean from Libya to Italy. The Tunisian Red Crescent said 70 other passengers from the overcrowded boat were rescued. The tragedy is the latest in a series of drowning incidents in the area. The numbers attempting the dangerous crossing from African countries to Europe have increased. Now, Mali's transitional President Colonel Assimi Goïta has named Chaguel Kakala Maiga as new Prime Minister. Mr. Maiga, who is the leader of the 5 June rally of Patriotic Forces movement that took part in the overthrow of former President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta last year. The former Prime Minister Mokhtar and former transitional President Banda resigned last week after another coup. The regional bloc ECOWAS has suspended Mali and asked the military to adhere to the transition timeline towards elections next year, while the African Union has called for a return to civilian government. Over in Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari has warned that his government will not tolerate any action promoting crime and insurrection in the country. In a measured reaction to the rising wave of attacks, especially on government facilities in the southeastern part of the country, Mr. Buhari vowed to shock those working to destroy the system. His reaction followed a briefing by the head of Nigeria's electoral body in NEC, whose offices in parts of the southeast were burnt down by unknown arsonists. Separatist groups in the region have been agitating for a breakaway state. Now, human rights organization Amnesty International has asked a charge to ensure officers involved in the killings during the demonstrations in April and May are prosecuted. Civil society groups and political parties held demonstrations calling for a return of constitutional order after the death of former President Idris Deby Itno, with his son a four-star military general in charge of affairs in the country. Amnesty International and other civil society organizations have in the past called for an investigation into the date. This concludes the morning edition of Prime Flash on My Media Prime Television. I have been Fon Quinter. The news was compiled and produced by EWANE NOLINGA. Stay tuned to more programs on the African Eye. Goodbye.